The hell are you supposed to be?
I'm vengeance.
Yeah, I'm vengeance, guys. I'm vengeance. What's up, AW here, Warrior? What's up, AW here, guys? Yeah, I just said that. Hope you're having a good night. It's almost 11 o'clock where I am. It's almost Thursday. You know, yeah, so, yeah, guys. Welcome to Air Warrior, my channel, my YouTube channel, my main channel, my pop culture channel. This is for this is Star Wars fans here, guys. For your Star Wars fans. Okay? What we're going to do here? We're going to talk Ahsoka. The Ahsoka series that debuted last night. Now, like, share, subscribe, and comment below. Do all that stuff. If you're new here, subscribe. Also, smash the like button down below. And do me a favor, also, share this out on all your social media platforms. Twitter, Threads, X, Threads, Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, whatever. Blue Social, I don't know. Whatever social way you can share this out. Okay? There's only one person watching. That's sweet of you guys. Really? Okay, whatever. All right, let's do this. All right. Two people now. All right. Ahsoka, let's get this. It is a Let's Talk episode. Let's Talk Pop 45. Episode 45. I'll let you know. This is in two playlists. This is in my Let's Talk Pop playlist, and also a spoiler review playlist just for this show. And yes, the title is different. I don't have the name of the episodes in here because it would take too long. It would not be more than 100 characters. So you can fit 100 characters for a title for StreamYard and YouTube. So obviously, if 1 and 2 and everything else at the promo title, I won't be able to fit the titles of the episodes in here. But for episode 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, you'll be seeing the title of the episode in Let's Talk Pop title for the stream. Okay, and yes, there's an 8 series episode. So 8 episode series, not 6. First 2 dropped yesterday. Disney Plus, a little something different than the usual Disney Plus stuff for the Star Wars and Marvel stuff. They decided a day earlier at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I did not watch it when it came out, when it dropped. I waited a while because I had things to do. I had something to do for my other channel. And then after I was done that, after I did for my other channel, my sports channel, I saw the Ahsoka. I saw the Steve Martin and Martin Short and Selena Gomez next episode show first. Then I saw the Ahsoka 2 episodes, and I went to sleep. So I went to sleep at 2 a.m. Man, I lost track of time. Okay. Now, I think I lost the comment. Blinded. Did you take your comment away? Whatever. It's okay. Okay. So, Ahsoka. I like the opening. I like the first 2 episodes so far. I have to guess it. Where's my phone? There we go. I like the first 2 episodes so far. Okay. I really liked the opening of the first episode where we introduced to the villains. Well, some of the villains. Well, the villains for the first time. And the introduction to villains. The way they made a grand entrance into the Star Wars universe. We got, they're not Jedis, obviously. Okay, the villain. Ray Stevenson's character is not a Jedi. I can tell you that. So he plays, I wouldn't say he's a Sith, but he's very close to a Sith. And he does have an apprentice. So, at the beginning of the show, you see a transporter bringing a prisoner to wait trial, and the prisoner was was Morgan, right? And if Morgan has a connection with General Thrawn back all the way to the Clone Wars and all that stuff, the Rebels, Clone Wars, General Thrawn, she has a connection there, and she's waiting, and they're trying to bring her to New Republic to wait trial. But the ship that she was on in the prison, got taken out by basically non-Jedi's, but basically, I don't know if I would call them Siths. But they see his character in his apprentice. And right? They take out everybody, kill everybody. Okay? And they free Morgan. And the plan is, their plan is to get, well, they're hired. I believe they're hired mercs, whatever. They were hired. But her plan is to get Thrawn. To find a way to get Thrawn back. Because Thrawn's been, if Thrawn has put exile, it's been exiled along with Ezra. Like Ezra is not exile, but Ezra is like one of the reasons why Thrawn's in exile, and they're trying to find a way to bring Thrawn back because, well, the Empire is at its weakest point right now because this is post Darth Sidious, Palpatine, whatever, Vader, and the New Republic is getting strong again, very, very strong. There's still the remnants of the Empire still exists, okay? But they still needed that one leader. That one leader lead them all, and that's supposed to be Thrawn, right? The Empire's not gone, right? They're still around. They're just not in power. But they think with Thrawn, she believes with Thrawn coming back, the Empire could be in power again, rule the galaxy, right? That's what she believes. And they have to go find this map, right? They have to go find this device that potentially has a map that leads to wherever Thrawn is. But there's one problem. Ahsoka gets to it first on this planet. She takes out a couple of droids and has this round spear device that she cannot unlock. She doesn't have the expertise to unlock it. That's not her expertise. And because she has heard whispers of Thrawn coming back, right? Because in the synopsis, in the scroll, Ahsoka was responsible for the capture of Morgan and handed her to the Republic. And obviously Morgan, she got information on Morgan about what Morgan's plan is to get Thrawn back. Okay, so Ahsoka gets and she's accompanied by Hulian. I think it's his name. Hulian, yeah, right, yeah, Hulian. I forget. Right? Make some crips. They go into space, and there's a New Republic, all the ships, and she goes to one in Hera, right? Who's a general now. Mary Elizabeth Winstead's character plays Hera. The green Twi'lek. I think it's a Twi'lek. The green Twi'lek, whatever. That's her character. And she's a general now, so she has a lot of power, a lot of authority, a lot of power. Okay? And she tells, Ahsoka tells, she warns him about Thrawn possibly coming back, and that Morgan escaped, and that who helped her escape, who broke her out, and found out it was Jedi. Well, not exactly Jedis, but Force users who had lightsabers, and she told Huiyan to do basically not a report, but find out who these lightsabers belong to, which Jedi or wherever belongs to. And a little bit later on, episode 2, we get to that later on. And so as she was talking with Hera, it's like she told him, "Yeah, I can't cipher this, man. I can't open up the spirit with the map of past with possible, with possible orange blade, or the possible where Thrawn is, right?" And so Hera mentions Sabine, right? Sabine Wren, and that name, you know, affects Ahsoka because Sabine Wren was her apprentice, her Padawan, right? At one point. She was also a Mandalorian or Mandalore, all that at one point. And we cut to where on this planet where yeah, I'm curious about Merrick too. Merrick, yeah, episode 2 Merrick, yeah. We cut to the point where we got Clancy Brown's character, you know, it's a day of honoring the rebels, and the rebels is Hera, Sabine, Ezra, and Huyan, and the others, right? Honoring her, and they have one of the rebels living on that planet. It's supposed to be Sabine Wren, but Sabine Wren wasn't there. Sabine Wren, you know, she was decided to go the other way, the opposite direction, on a little scooter bike, whatever you want to call it. And she was told by she has to be there, and you know what? They just let her go because she doesn't care. I think, despite doing well, she's obviously the closest with Ezra of the group, the rebels, and I think since they lost Ezra with the Thrawn stuff, right? She's really close with Ezra, and that really affected her. It's one of the reasons she's not a Mandalorian or a Jedi anymore. You know, she's just there to live, all that, and obviously Ahsoka. But Ahsoka has to go to that planet. She gets, yeah, she realized Ahsoka is there, and Ahsoka, you know, there's a little tension there between the two. They have their little talk. Okay. Obviously, once Sabine, because Sabine has a way with technology, right? She's the one that can decipher and open up the map, right? Could do all that stuff. She has a way with technology, and Ahsoka needed that for Sabine. And you know, Sabine, like, despite Sabine, like, is a little comprehensive, a little strained with Ahsoka, because Ahsoka abandoned her like she abandoned Anakin. Newsflash, in case you don't know, Ahsoka was Anakin's Padawan. Okay, even though I'm pretty sure in Revenge of the Sith, that's when Anakin was anointed a Master Jedi who could have Padawans. But I don't know. I don't know. They kind of, I don't know. I don't know if they filled in the holes between there and I guess they did. I don't know. No, Ahsoka's trying to be okay, whatever. But and this is after the fall of this is after Darth Vader's death and all the Anakin's death. This is months of years after. You're gonna see Anakin in this show. What's up? You're gonna see Anakin in this show, obviously. You know, there's a reason. There's a reason why she was there with Luke. There's a reason there she was Luke in Mandalorian, not Mandalorian, Boba Fett, that one episode. You know, because the relationship he has with his father, and all of that. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm just making this shit up. I know Luke. You know, I mean, as you know, we go into the sequel trilogy. Obviously, Luke tried to rebuild the Jedi. I wouldn't be surprised if Ahsoka was one of the Jedi's help training. Maybe she got her real back to train younglings. Maybe they'll explain that. maybe Sabine. I don't know. Because that's what Luke was trying to do, right? Build the Jedi Order back up, right? Also, you see on this planet, Ray Stevenson's character and his apprentice. They're ordered to get that map and they know about Sabine Wren. And I'm pretty sure, I think, It looks like Ray's character, Ray Stevens' character, we know is known as Balin, knows who Ahsoka and Sabine Wren is, knows who they are. So we're gonna find out. I'm pretty sure we're gonna find out later on in the show his connection to them. Because Ahsoka has heard of Balin. I'm actually gonna invite people, but well, I don't know. So, Balin's Ray Stevens' character sends out his apprentice to retrieve the 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 map that she was able to decipher and all that. And now, when she goes there, all right. The apprentice goes there to ambush, to attack and ambush to get the map from Sabine. And Sabine has long hair this time, right? In this first episode and a half, she has actually long hair. I like it. I like the purple and all that. I like it. Just right. And she has this pet alien-like cat. It's pretty funny. So the apprentice says, "Yeah, we've been looking for this. That's good. Thank you for this, or whatever." And an apprentice and Sabine fight. All right, they fight, lightsaber duel, and at the end, unfortunately, Sabine got stabbed, and the apprentice manages to recover the map. And now, since it's been deciphered open, her and her master and Morgan have more information, more of a map gateway to where potentially Thrawn is, right? And the apprentice does stab. It's Sabine. I actually thought Sabine was gonna die. Okay, and at the end of the episode, you see Ahsoka rush back. The apprentice escapes with an injured Sabine. I thought she was gonna die because she really got stabbed, but I guess she didn't get stabbed in the middle or in the stomach or the chest. She got stabbed on the side, even though she should probably still die really, but she didn't. She got stabbed in the side of the stomach, I guess. I actually thought she was going to die, but we found in the second episode that she survived and needs medical attention. Okay, it's actually pretty funny. Oh, at one point, Ahsoka did not want Sabine to decipher the the map, the spear map thing to open up with the spear to open up the map at in her home where she's staying. Right? She wanted to do on Ahsoka's ship, but Sabine, that didn't listen, decided to do it at home, and that's just got ambushed. Yeah, obviously, because you need a story. What the fuck? Okay, you need a story, and obviously we get so Huan does his homework on who the lightsabers involved in that escape for escape a break-in for Morgan in the beginning of episode 1. Find out that Ray Stevens' character was Balin, and find out that he went missing. He decided to go missing after the Clone Wars, and we don't know what he's done this during the time. We just know he's went during the event. He went AWOL missing during the Clone Wars, right? We don't know what happened to him. I'm pretty sure during the show, the series, we're gonna find out more about Ray Stevens' character and what happened between the Clone Wars and now, why he decided to go to the dark side. Was he potentially another? Was he another potential Padawan apprentice by Dark Sidious? I don't know. Hey Anthony, Degrassi, would you consider them Siths? Would you consider them Siths? Yeah. Oh, that was Merrick fighting. That was Merrick, I think, fighting Ahsoka. I think Merrick What's the one fighting Ahsoka? But we'll get to the episode 2. I believe it was Merrick, but I think, like, what? Like, I want to know what happened. I want to know what happened. Like, we're definitely gonna get more information on Balin and why he decided to go to the dark side. Maybe there's a reason why he didn't see the Jedi way. Maybe he was tired of politics and all he cares about is power. I don't know. Because in Star Wars, I don't think they're Sith, but they're very like that's the thing though. They're not Sith, but they have Sith like tendencies though. Because we know we know Palpatine is technically dead. He's cloned, right? He's being cloned, whatever, right? So he was a Sith. Vader's dead. He's a Sith. He's dead, right? So did they wipe out? Were there possibly still other Siths out there? Still other Siths out there in the galaxy? There's Palpatine and Vader, not the only Siths. Was there other Siths out there? We know Darth Maul, right? Darth Maul, well, was in Solo. We know Darth Maul was a Sith, but he went on his own, right? Like, no, I know, don't tell me this bullshit idea that they're gray Jedi, okay? Okay? The thing is the idea of a gray Jedi. There's no such thing as a gray Jedi. But I want to know, like, we'll find out what happened to Balin. I'm pretty sure in the episodes we'll find out what happens to Balin, and how does he know Ahsoka and Sabine? Was he around? I don't know because apparently went missing, or missing and went AWOL, right? Disappeared. But how does he know about him? How does they know about him? Well, Ahsoka would know. Yeah, maybe. And it seemed like I don't know. It seemed like the Balin, like in episode, doesn't really care for the Empire. He's just a hired merc, and he really wants power. He doesn't really want whatever. Maybe like that's what he wants. I don't know. And his apprentice is very and very and let me very young. Obviously, this is supposed to be Balin and his apprentice are supposed to be equivalent to, but rest in peace, Wade Stevenson. Yeah, the equivalent to Ahsoka and Sabine. Okay, now, so episode 2, Sabine, like obviously Sabine was a lot of thinking. She has a lot of thinking. In episode 2 of what her plan is. She decided, put on a Mandalorian armor, cut her hair, take her lightsaber, and decided, after like my thumbnail looks at the mural after cutting the hair of the rebels, and at the end of episode 2, she decides, to get back into Jedi training, and under Ahsoka, and she's going to train to become a Jedi again, right? Right? I like her long hair, but I mean, I wish she kept the long hair. Honestly, I wish Sabine kept the long hair. I thought she was dead in the first episode. I thought they were gonna kill her off in the first episode. I thought they were gonna pull a secret invasion with them killing Maria Hill in the first episode. I thought they were gonna do that. I really, really did. Yeah, yeah. You know why I call her? You know why I call her Maria Hill? Because when they advertised, because I thought Maria Hill was gonna be more involved, but yeah, whatever. Okay, and so now Morgan, Lady Morgan, whatever you want to call her, she's supposedly a witch, right? Like a witch, right? And Now it's apparently riches in the Star Wars universe. What's next? We got ghosts, Jedi ghosts, riches, the Force. I mean, Jedi ghosts in the Force. Why not riches? You don't have to be a Jedi or Sith to be Force sensitive. Right, we know that. You can use a Force without being a Jedi or a Sith. We can know that. I mean, right? We know that. It's just that most likely, like, if a Jedi or Sith senses somebody is Force sensitive, they would go there and try to recruit them and train them to become a Jedi or Sith. But we don't have. But in the galaxy there are Force wielders that are not Siths or Jedi's. It's just that Jedi and Siths know if there's somebody as Force sensitive. All right, and so this episode, episode 2, which I like, is a good episode. Hera and Ahsoka go on an adventure together, right? They go on an adventure together. Yay! They go on. Yeah, they go on an adventure together because since Morgan and Balin and his apprentice know what potentially where Thrawn is located. They need a way to get there though. If it's not that simple. It's almost like he's in a different galaxy or a different, almost like a Star Wars term, a different realm, but it's really a different galaxy. And they need to find a way to get there. And so they have to go to this planet called Cornelia, which at one point was really, really controlled by the Empire, but now it's controlled by the New Republic. But secretly, there was a lot of David Tennant. There was a lot, but on that planet, there's a lot of Imperial supporters, right? Not everybody that was in support of the Empire is a criminal. Not everybody that supported the Empire is a criminal. Just let you tell you that. But when they go there, they question the guy who's in charge, right? Who's in charge? Go to he's been in Walking Dead. I forget his name. The actor. I like the actor. I see him a lot of other stuff. I really like him. The actor's name. Oh my god. I don't not a Peter Jacobson. Yeah, Peter Jacobson. Yeah. Was the what's it called? Main Weaver. Kind of a charge. Kind of a charge. With all these ships and shipments and all that stuff, shipments and all that stuff. And he's you have to make sure everything is legal and gets to go, right? Gets to go. Hera and Ahsoka go there, and you could tell like stuff they didn't believe they could tell there's something shady here going on, something not kosher. And it was revealed when they go into the main bay, right? The main bay where they get to look over where the latest. We get to look over through the glass where the big ship was, and this big ship was not supposed to was not legalized or authorized, right? Not legally supposed to happen. Even authorized, it was not supposed to be legal, not a legal ship. And he played it dumb, but it turns out everybody in there was really imperial, and they're all siding. They really Morgan. They want the Empire back. And that ship was clearly what Morgan and they needed, right? They needed that ship so they could go get Thrawn, obviously, and whatever is on that ship, whatever. Okay. And then so Ahsoka will, try to go stop that ship, right? So here goes into her ship because Hera's this pilot at one point. She has her own ship. Ahsoka, goes chases that ship. And then you got Merrick with the dual red lightsaber taking on Ahsoka. Really, really good battle. He's really, really skilled. I don't know what he looks like under the mask, but his name is Merrick. I think he said Knights of Ren. That's what she said. And while Hera, Hera gets her ship and she has to chase that ship before going into hyperdrive. As you know in Star Wars, ships go into hyperdrive to escape, right? And or other things, right? And obviously she wasn't able to catch it, but she got a chopper to throw on a tracking device, right? To make sure they're able to land a tracking device before the ship got to hyperdrive, hyperspeed, and it landed. While taking on Merrick just throws a dual lightsaber because everything was done. The plan succeeded, and then you see the apprenticeship come up, and Merrick goes on that ship, and they escape. Right? They escape. Well, not really escape. They head off, and then at the end of that, you see Balin, the apprentice, and Merrick confronting Morgan. Obviously, Ahsoka's a threat, and the way that Balin reacted to Ahsoka, like he didn't want to really. He didn't feel like it felt like he respected her, right? He respected her, and it felt like it's a shame to kill her. Okay, like there's a little gray in him and Balin. Like he respected her, but and it'd be a shame to confront her, kill him. And she said sentimental, and he said truth. Hey Jacob, uh, and that's not like that's, so we're gonna get something between Balin and Ahsoka down the line. And we're gonna find. I think we're gonna find out more about Balin's history, his past since the Clone Wars. What became of him? What became of him? Yeah, I liked it too. I loved it. Like what became of Balin? I'm fascinated. You know what? You know what's weird? It's strange. I don't know. I just find Balin the most fascinating Disney Plus villain for Star Wars. Ever when Star Wars decided to do Disney Plus shows, The Mandalorian. I know people like Moff Gideon. Did you call S. Beazle's character? And you got obviously Darth Vader and others in Kenobi. You got the villain, and I don't remember the villain in Book of Fett. I really don't. I don't know. I think I really find Balin's villain more compelling for some reason because he's such a mystery. Because he's really a mystery. We know he was a Jedi that disappeared in Clone Wars, but we don't know why all of a sudden he decided to come out of nowhere and why he became not a Sith, but basically a hired merc, or that doesn't really what happened to him, why he became like this. I know it's such a mystery. It just fascinates me. Like why? Because we know when Jedi stray away from Jedihood, right? Becoming from stray away from not being a Jedi anymore. There's a reason why. There's usually reasons why they decide, you know what, I don't want to be a Jedi anymore. Some go to the Sith, get seduced by the Sith, like Darth Vader. Count Dooku, I guess, was a Sith. I don't know if Darth Maul was ever a Jedi. He might have just been a Sith apprentice. Because Siths have been known to recruit not just Jedi, but younglings to be Siths. Remember that. Siths, and okay. But I wonder why Balin decided, not exactly, I don't know if it's exactly a Sith, but decided to go towards the dark side. And I find it more compelling than any other villains from the Star Wars Disney Plus shows. even Giancarlo Esposito's Moff Gideon's villain. Okay, even for 3 seasons, and obviously Cad Bane and whatever. I don't know. Vader. I guess Vader was technically not the. I guess he was the main villain because he was Kenobi, and also you got not Riva wasn't. Riva Riva joins the light side again, right? Becomes a sways away from the dark side at the end. I just find this a very compelling villain. I'm looking forward to seeing more of Balin. I don't know, like I'm gonna tell you a thing. I don't think Ahsoka is my favorite character of the show. I just like Sabine Wren for some reason. Yeah, I love the opening crawl. I like Sabine Wren and I like Ray Stevenson's character. And like I said, the reason why I like Ray Stevenson's character because he's so mysterious. Yeah, I know who is. We know his name, and we know he's ran away. We know he ran to hiding from the Clone Wars or this, but we don't know why. That's why I like. I don't know. That's why I like it's so compelling his character, right? And why he decided to take this Padawan to this young woman to be his Padawan apprentice. I find it so interesting. I want to know. Like I'm looking forward to seeing his backstory here because there's gonna be a backstory here. Ray Stevenson. I'm sorry. You know, yeah, a warrior sense of honor, yeah. But sorry, like like Grace Stevenson to me, like his character, Balin. I would love to see him continue on in the Star Wars universe, but unfortunately, Ray Stevens is passed on, right, right, and obviously after this show they can't use him anymore unless they want to be cast him. But I still don't think it's a good idea. Uh, but I mean, I don't think he'll survive the show, but why do I feel like Balin will turn against Morgan? Turn against Morgan. Why do I feel like Balin? The classic Star Wars trope where somebody, somebody's on the dark side, they eventually turn to the light side. The light side turns to the dark turns to the light. But you know how the classic Star Wars trope is. Why do I feel like Balin is set like Anthony brings a great point here. Sense of honor. Like that. Why do I have a feeling Balin is he's not a bad guy per se. What I don't know, like I have that vibes. And I also have this belief that Balin wants and I also have this other belief that Balin will turn against Morgan and not in a way and not going to the light side or becoming good, but taking over, becoming power hungry, stuff like that. Because he did say to his apprentice, it's all about power for him. It's not right when his apprentice asked. But I don't know. Like to me, Bane could go either two ways. He's like I don't know. It's like he's the most interesting. He's the most interesting Star Wars villain character from the Disney Plus shows, in my opinion. I'm sorry, and it's only took 2 episodes. Only 2 episodes. I don't know how you. Yeah, the mob version. I don't know how you guys feel about Balin, but like, I do feel like he's the most interesting villain of the Disney Plus shows for Star Wars for Lucasfilms, and that's I don't know. It took me 2 episodes to find more compelling Moff Gideon. And it is a shame and it's sad that we're not going to see him anymore. He's going to be a one-time thing, right? Because Ray Stevens is not going to be Ray Stevens is not going to be reprising him because obviously he's tragically passed away. And I would love to see Balin. And I know I don't know what the plans are for Dave Filoni's movie, but I would love to see, if I had my choice, I would have Balin involved in that movie. But obviously it's not going to happen. But if I was making that movie, writing that movie, planning to direct the movie, I would have had Balin somehow involved in that movie. but that's not happening. Because let's be honest. We know Thrawn's coming back, right? We know Thrawn's coming back. We've seen them in the commercials, right? Not the commercials, the trailers. Thrawn's coming back. But you know what? Thrawn's gonna be in that Dave Filoni movie. Okay? The Dave Filoni movie. When everything concludes between Mando, Book of Fett, and Ahsoka, right? Now we don't know season 4 is happening with that. Obviously the strikes are not helping with that show. And with the strikes not helping with that show, that's obviously going to make the chance for the movie more likely. We have to wait. Obviously, it's not the first Star Wars movie they plan to come out with. When they announced 3 movies, right? James Mangold, prequel, thousands before everything, history with the Force, involving the Force, and obviously this movie, Dave Filoni's movie. And then the one with Rey starts to try to bring her new Jedi Order, right? And that's the first movie Lucasfilm says they're planning to do was Rey's movie, 15 years after the sequel trilogy. And the plan was again working on it like in the summer, right? That was the plan. Disney and Lucasfilm's plan was they got to start working on that movie in the summer. Obviously, things hit a snag, obviously, and so. But the Filoni movie, they need obviously season 4, Mando, and they may that show that season. It may not happen till, may not happen to 2025. Honestly, season 4 of Mandalorian may not happen in 2025. At best case scenario, late 2024. But I'm not getting my hopes high for that. Okay. And I would love, unfortunately, Baylor's not going to be in it. Obviously, Mandalorian's going to be that, or Mando's going to be in it. Groot. What did I say? Groot. Yeah, a Star Wars crossover with Guardians. What's his name? Grogu. I assume Ahsoka's going to be in it. I don't know why Boba Fett needs to be in it. I don't know why Boba Fett needs to be in it. I don't know. I assume the Rebels are going to be in it. Right? And whatever other characters, Bo-Katan, and what other characters. It's going to be like an ensemble movie, if you ask me. The Dave Filoni movie is going to be like it's going to be like an Avengers movie or a Justice League movies, where all these shows that lead up to that movie, you're going to see everybody that's involved in these shows in that one movie. It's, an Avengers kind of movie, like an Endgame or Infinity War, that kind of stuff. That's what I feel like the Dave Filoni movie is going to be, and that's going to conclude the 3 Disney Plus shows. I don't even know if Book Fett's going to get a season 2. You're right, Anthony. I'm going to say episode 4, between 4 and 6. And, like Marvel. So after the Filoni stuff, there's a huge gap, right? After the Filoni is going to be concluding those 3 shows, right? Between that and Force Awakens, what happens? I want to know what happens to the Rebels. Ahsoka, Mando, everybody. I want to know what happens to them between that and the Force Awakens, okay? And I feel like I think you agree with me. I don't know. When we watched, right? Everybody who's sitting in this chat obviously watched Rise of Skywalker. And the ending scene with Rey's confronting her grandfather Palpatine, right? And you hear all those voices, the past Jedi voices, and one of them was apparently Ahsoka. So that might mean Ahsoka might be dead between whenever and Force Awakens. Oh, she's not dead in this show right now, but she might be dead during the Force Awakens time period. Oh yeah, nice. So maybe during the time between Dave Filoni's movie, Ahsoka and the Force Awakens, Ahsoka dies. I don't know what from, maybe from battle. Um, I don't know. Maybe the rebels passed on, right? We don't know because we're not gonna because we don't have answers to that. Obviously, in the sequel movies, right? We don't have answers to the rebels, Ahsoka, in the movies, right? We just have the Ahsoka's voice in not Force Awakens, Rise of Skywalker, but we don't know what happens to them. We don't know what happens to Mando. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So I'm curious. I'm curious, like, like, I don't know. I'm curious if Ahsoka's alive between the Dave Filoni movie because we don't know when that Dave Filoni movies can take place, what time period. But I assume, I don't assume. I'm pretty sure it's going to be between Force Awakens because we know Mandalorian takes 5 years after, but we've got multiple seasons. You got the Book of Fett and Ahsoka Tano, so I'm pretty sure that's like more than 5 years now since the Return of the Jedi. So it's probably like maybe 8 to 10 years. Right? I assume Ahsoka is dead. I like who would be the would she die natural causes or was somebody killed or she died in battle? Would the rebels die in battle? Will Mando die in battle? I don't know. Like I'm trying to put the pieces together. And I'll probably bring this up again later on in the spoiler review streams. Maybe in the Dave Filoni movie they die. Some of them die. I don't know. Maybe they. Yeah. So she has to pass away between that, right? Right? Somebody right? Maybe there's something to fill. Maybe you got to find a way to fill in the gaps of that. So, maybe they pull off a Rogue One where the protagonist has died in the Dave Filoni movie because as we know, Thrawn, the Empire needs Thrawn to bring the Empire back and strong again, right? Obviously, that plan overall fails if you watch the Force Awakens. Now, the First Order, right? Obviously fails because the First Order is around, right? Basic members of the Empire, the First Order is around, and the Republic, especially in the Last Jedi, they're very small. We're suffering. We're struggling. Obviously, suffering between these 20 years, between a new, maybe, right? Like, if you notice the sequel trilogy, that the New Republic was struggling with, they were kind of in the stages of where the original trilogy was. Maybe even weaker, less fortunate than the sequel trilogy. Let's remember, Last Jedi, when they got lucky at the end with Luke confronting Kylo Ren. Remember how? Yes, she was. Remember how small and how weak and how little resourced the New Republic was. Remember, they were basically on their deathbed in Last Jedi. So I'm pretty sure she dies between the 20 years and the Force Awakens. And we know Thrawn, obviously something happens to Thrawn, obviously, right? But the thing is, does Palpatine, if Palpatine is able to have the gift of foresight and see his future, would he know this? If he's if he's the master puppet behind everything, the puppet that is controlling everything, he would have saw his own death, and he would have saw this, right? The gift of foresight, see in the future. He would have saw this. Was he manipulating this the whole time? Would he be manipulating everything to orchestrate the events of all this, like he was in the prequel trilogies? You see, there's the thing about Star Wars. especially with the Disney Plus shows and the movies. It makes you think a lot, right? It makes you think a lot to try to fill in the gaps, right? Tries, right? To make you fill in the gaps, right? And some people think, some people, I don't know, this, I don't believe this. Some people might think Merrick, the double lightsaber guy, might be secretly Ezra. Oh my god, they found Ezra Miller. Like they're going to look for. Why did Ezra Miller? No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry, but Ezra from Rebel is supposed to be Ezra Miller. I'm kidding. Oh my god, they're looking for Ezra Miller. Like yeah, Merrick is not. I don't think it's Ezra. But you never know. They would because here's the reason why. If that was Ezra, they would have Thrawn already. Sorry, I know. If Merrick, the double edged lightsaber, red lightsaber, the dual lightsaber, was Merrick, if that was Ezra, there's no need to find Thrawn because they would have found Thrawn because I guarantee you Thrawn and Ezra are in the same place, same place. So the theory that that's Ezra, I don't think it's concrete. I gotta look for. So yeah, I don't believe Merrick is Ezra. I believe I believe he's an Inquisitor. He might be an Inquisitor. Good. What the? I'm just checking out stuff, you guys. Be right back. Okay. Let's see what else. Um, the writing of this show is actually pretty good and makes sense. It really does make sense. It's actually, I really did like the I really did like the first two episodes. It got me interested, hooked on, especially how they're gonna get Thrawn, Ezra back, but especially the the relationship between Sabine and As- As- Osaka Tano. That relationship, but really, what catches my attention is just Balin, the mystery behind Balin, how and what his history, his background, his whatever. That's my buddy. Like I said so many times on the stream, my most interesting villain of the Disney Plus Star Wars villains. I'm sorry because it's so mysterious. We need to know more, and then we're gonna get to know more. And I hope, I hope it I hope what we get from him, his story and his history and why, what happened to him, and why he's like this. I hope it lands. I really hope it lands for me. Okay. But yeah, guys, thank you. Like, share, subscribe, comment below. And yeah, I'll be doing this again for episode 3. Remember, the first 2 episodes come out on the same night yesterday, and it's an 8 series episode. So we're probably gonna do 6 more of these with Ahsoka, episode 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so 6 or 7 episodes of these, and they will have the proper titles for each episode in my stream title, my YouTube channel title, my YouTube title. But yeah, like, share, subscribe, and comment below, guys. Oh yeah, and one more thing. The Rebel Moon trailer, I did not like it. It looks like a Star Wars ripoff. It looks like I'll say this: Rebel Moon looks like a Star Wars and a Dune ripoff. Okay, that's all. Bye. Bye.